again. He's taking them all in. Oh my God! What? Welcome back to the OCE Championship Finals, and that's exactly where we are right now. My name's Hysterics, Courier Lord, and Yummy Cheeseman at the end, and we've hit the mark, having a repeat of the last championship final.
Return of Tainted Minds against the Chiefs. It was Pale Horse last season, and they got 4-0'd. So now it's their time to show to the world that they can take down the Chiefs.
I mean, last time they versed each other, what was that, like an hour or two ago? They did manage to get a game, so they're beating their record already. So I'm optimistic for them to go further and hopefully take a couple more.
Tainted Minds are the only team today that took games off of the Chiefs. Like, there was the most dominant performance by the Chiefs, but still, Tainted Minds clawed one.
And for Chiefs, they are 3 games away from being the first team in the world to have a completely undefeated season.
That's a huge milestone for the Chiefs, and one that they would like to go to international proud about. For $25,000 US, this team is just dominating OCE Championship.
4,500 Australian dollars on the line for this match. 5,000 to 8,250 US dollars.
And the follow-up that is also critical is the seeding for RLCS. If you can get the first seed from OCE, you have a much safer run, which can lead to even more prize money.
You can easily argue that EG are the easier team or less scary team than Complexity, who got to the grand final last season.
At the moment, the Chiefs aren't even looking at the EG, and that's a conversation we'll have a little bit later. But for this grand final, we now say, look, Tainted Minds, you want to make sure you get first seed and represent and get EG.
I mean, part of it's also getting first seed in OCE, finally toppling the Kings. Tainted Minds have been sitting in that second slot for a very long time, and they're hungry for first.
It's been a year and a half reign for Chiefs. They've been the kings of Oceania, the Oceanic champions, and it's one last series for Tainted Minds to try and take that title away.
And with it, some of the titles that also like to take. I mean, you have the Golden Striker, Drip A being a powerhouse, and CJ would love to take that from him.
And they've all had fantastic days, but Drip A, the best of them, alongside Jake, 1.38 goals per game across the day so far.
And as a guy that he wouldn't call himself a goal scorer, he's the smart guy on the team, tactical and intelligent, sits back. If he's scoring that many goals, you know they're making good plays.
Tactically scoring goals, and apparently it's because he knows how to score goals now.
Yeah.
Chiefs quote. Never be toppled down. This is something I want to talk to you, especially about career, because you and I, we've casted a lot together, and whenever we cast a Chiefs game, we always feel like Chiefs are in control.
They're a dominant force that's absolutely terrifying. Their ability to just hold out another team and choke them to death has been pivotal in their success.
And Torsos as well, in these forward halves, you just see him get these big goals that get past any team. And it makes it really hard to, at any point in time, say, okay, we can defend this lead.
He's a solo-making machine.
But let's not forget that Tainted Minds just came off the back of almost a reverse sweep against Darksiders.
Well, they came off the back of a 4-0 earlier in the day, and it gave them that confidence. But now, you're not up against Darksiders, you're up against the Chiefs.
Who they have versed. And despite the score, for anyone who is just tuning in, whilst it may have been a 4-1, most of those games were very close. It was a goal apiece that differentiated how it fell.
And it's good to see all 3 Tainted Minds members playing their best today. It's a little bit of a nervous performance, staying further back, but they're still executing crisply.
So they've both secured RLCS spots. Now we want seeding. We want our first seed. Between Chiefs and Tainted Minds, Yummy, in this grand final, I feel like this is going to be Chiefs being the expected winners.
Well, Chiefs are definitely. I mean, they're expected to get the undefeated run. They've got the 1-game advantage because they came through the upper bracket. But it's interesting because you look at Tainted Minds, they don't even care, really, if they get the first seed. They're obviously going to try as hard as they can, but there's no pressure. But for Chiefs, they're looking international. They've been doing it all 9 weeks so far, and they have to get first place. So there is more pressure on them.
See, I'm thinking more Chiefs. When you listen to Jake in that interview and you listen to CJ, I don't think either of them sound overly stressed.
No, they've got their seeding for RLCS, and now to the predictions, Yummy. Is that stress going to weigh heavy enough on the Chiefs?
No, I think Chiefs are going to be really clean. If it was not that 1-game advantage, I could see it going either way. But I think with that, Chiefs take it easily.
I think it's also going to be Chiefs that are coming through. Despite the fact that every time it's one of the casters' birthdays, Tainted Minds scores a game against the Chiefs.
but apparently not this time. I think the Tainted Minds may have bitten off a little bit more than they could chew. Now, in the grand final. Before, no. But Chiefs, I'm pretty confident that they will take the series. I feel like Tainted Minds might secure a couple of games.
They're one step away from that undefeated run.
First seed for RLCS, also the grand champion. Well, championship title, I should say, for the OCE championship. Let's get in the grand final. It's the Chiefs taking on Tainted Minds.
And now it's going to be a case of the Speed Demons versus the Demon Kings of OCE as the pressure builds for both teams.
Now remember that for the Chiefs, they get the 1 game advantage because they came through in the upper bracket. It's the same disadvantage for Tainted Minds as last time. And let's see if the Chiefs can maintain themselves a 4-0 history against Tainted Minds in the final.
The players will have to be watching is Jules. He's pivotal in deciding how the plays from Tainted Minds come out, and if he's rotating well, we'll be seeing them on their ace.
Over the top, Tainted Minds finally getting some room to breathe in this side of the field. In this first game, the setup's there for Jules and try to intercept. The Chiefs need this first seed, but Tainted Minds have just had such a big game against Darksided. Coming into this warmed up, a bit of a dribble, which Jake will maintain. The Chiefs move forward once again. The pass over to Drippe, it's clean. Onto that backboard, Torsos coming in.
Now that they've already pushed deep into their half, Chiefs have a bit of utility that Tainted Minds need to be careful of. They have incredible solo potential, Torsos in particular, so you can't just rely on blocking the passes, you have to block the player.
Well, Kami brings it in front of net. Now the drop coming in. Tainted Minds have left this one open, but Jules is there to defend. Off the back wall again, Jake comes back in. Drippe, that's going to be a big clear one. Well reacted by Torsos as he sends it to the right field. The grand final is a time to dominate if you're the Chiefs, or for Tainted Minds to come out of the barrels fighting. The demolition in front of net. Chiefs want the first seed. They want to be champions once again for the 3rd year in a row.
And Drippe opening the goal has allowed them the opportunity to start building that pressure and put Tainted Minds on the back foot. Because even if he's not shooting, Drippe wants to be involved in creating space.
Of course, talking about seasons there, that's my bad. But in front of net, Tainted Minds having another airful shot. Chiefs are continuing to kind of hold out the growth of Tainted Minds throughout the day. And Chiefs have only lost 1 game today. It's against Tainted Minds, so if anyone can take them down in the final, it's definitely Tainted. 3 minutes left remaining in game 1.
Now continuing pressure coming from the Chiefs. Struggling to break out though, Tainted Minds has to protect their backboard and the floor if they want to get a clear.
Well, Drippe's just having the time of his life. He gets the 2nd touch in the 3rd. Rotating back around Torsos. Jake will bump into him first, but the pass back for Drippe. He commits forward. Tainted Minds get it to a standstill in the midfield. 2 minutes 30. Drippe angles it in directly down. Tainted Minds, no pressure, no worries. They're just happy to be here.
Similar to the first match of the day between Chiefs and Tainted Minds, both teams stuck, unable to get the score, and we may see another overtime game 1.
Drippe pops it up. What's he going to do with the ball? He loses it over to CJ. CJ. It is a bit of a standstill first game for both of these teams, but angling it into the corner, Torsos around the wing. Now for Drippe, he's going to punch the ball up. The Chiefs definitely not the underdog in this series, but Tainted Minds are holding out strong, and you've got to say that for Tainted, so far so good.
But they need to break out. That's the big problem that they're sitting currently in. Their defense has been great. They held against Darksided, and now they're holding against the Chiefs, but holding out doesn't get you goals. We've seen the big clears come out from Chiefs when they start to get on the attack, and it's stopping that, which they need to look forward for.
Drippe cleans the ball over to Jake. Now from this wing, the intercept from Tainted Minds. They get to the ball first, and that's what's going to make it for them. The pass forward as the Chiefs are trying to clinically get it in front of net so they can shoot away. Torsos, the center's there for Jake. Oh, what an angle.
He has learned to shoot, and now he's taking away the first game. Jake, the captain of the team, leads from the front.
With a great pass from Torsos, no doubt. First goal goes to the Chiefs, 1 minute 30 remaining. Grand final could just start off with a 2-0.
And now Tainted Minds is in a really rough spot. They've had no possession for the entirety of the first 3.5 minutes, so they need to break out into the Chiefs' half and score, which goes contrary to how we've seen everything run.
The intercept as Torsos comes back in, angling on this left-hand side of the field. 1 minute 15 remaining. The Chiefs getting a lot of pace on the ball and making sure their creativity does not stop there. Torsos, the 2nd touch he gets. Jake waits in the midfield, now centering, or actually sends it for Torsos. Oh, yeah!
What a great pass play. This is what we expect to see from Chiefs. They love just getting it, shooting straight across the midfield and leading to that open goal. And be able to trust Torsos to full angle pretty much from anywhere on the pitch. means that you can just make these plays.
You got to remember, for the Chiefs, getting that first seed is so crucial here. And in the grand finals, the Chiefs have started off with a bang, but for Tainted Minds, they've just found a way. CJ goes up for the ball. Tainted Minds from the corner now, ready for Kami, trying to get it through. CJ still there, participating with Jake, is trying to get around the ball. CJ comes slow and Sauce now through the center field. For Tainted Minds, Korea, 45 seconds remaining. They're actually starting to get some breathing room.
And the pressure is coming slightly towards their half. They're getting a fair share of the possession, but with only 35 seconds left on the clock and being 2 goals down, they're going to be looking forward to the next game.
Well, 30 seconds remaining and a bit of a clean start so far from the Chiefs, but Tainted Minds, you can see where this series can go. The center there for CJ. It's just about getting those Chief members out of the way. So Tainted Minds, you can see where this could go.
Now we're back in the half with only 10 seconds left on the clock. Chiefs have taken the first game out.
It's been a pretty clean game, Korea, but that 2-game advantage to start things off. 2 more to go, say the Chiefs, but Tainted Minds, you can see where. Trying to look. Game 2, the Chiefs.
On the flip side, though, we do have Tainted Minds. We know they're armed with their broom today. They're ready for those reverse sweeps. So I don't think their confidence is going to be rocked as much as any other team that is 2 down against the Chiefs.
Well, and the audience supporting the Chiefs there as well, as you would. 81% is the poll result for today. I'm sure you see that in a second anyway. But for Tainted Minds, look, there were a couple of shots by the end of that series, the end of the game. That's what made the difference, made the threat to the Chiefs.
Yeah, that sign of life is slowly starting to come back, but it's going to be a case of how quickly can Tainted Minds turn on, get those rotations with Jules really going, because when you have that 1-game disadvantage, then lose the first, you don't have a lot of play time.
No, you don't, but against the Chiefs, I know Tainted Minds are like, oh, we've done this matchup before, but you can honestly see that Tainted Minds as a team will be feeling good after that last Darkside series, so maybe no pressure, no worries, we can actually play how we want to play.
Well, that's pretty much CJ and the boys to a T. They're like the true blue Aussie underdogs that just love getting in there dirty, and playing well.
For Tainted Minds, though, how do you claw your way back? How do you start breaching through the Chiefs? Because when they had shots, they were good. There's just so many defenders from the Chiefs.
Well, I think a large part of it is defensively, they're doing pretty well. The fact that Chiefs controlled the match for pretty much 5 straight minutes, and they didn't get scored upon terribly. You know, 2-0 when your opponent gets 5 minutes of shooting at you is pretty good defense. Yeah. So it's fixing up the offense that needs to be done. They need to get faster passes. We saw the games that they did best against Chiefs in the last series was when their passes were just incredibly quick and short.
Well, into Game 3 for the Chiefs. They've already got 2 and want to cement themselves further, but for Tainted Minds, breath of fresh air. Drippay, the pass over to Torsos. CJ knocks it out of the way. Jake comes back around, and the Chiefs and Tainted Minds will be venturing out to London together. But who will go in first seed? Who will go in second? Tainted Minds, their return to the world stage. They want to make sure they're in their best seeding possible. In front of net, the championship title still up for contention as Kami comes close.
And Tainted Minds are now beating Chiefs to the ball. They're getting the touches before Chiefs can start getting pass plays forward, and it's allowing them to take the shots on goal, even if they don't break through.
And that's the first time for Tainted Minds. This is really, really good, because into Game 3, now the clawback is there. In front of net, however, and Jake slips one. Not past Kami. Coming in off the wall, Tainted Minds trying to bring it upfield. And still getting a little bit more possession than the first game.
The fact Tainted Minds has fixed up their defense in the midfield means that I'm confident they won't get punished by the giant clears of boomers from Drippay. He has 80% accuracy when shooting down the middle, so the fact they've cleaned it up and they're happy to park the bus means they might survive.
Oh, CJ with a great angle again, Tainted Minds in front of net. This is where it all starts as Jules brings it back with an interesting recovery there. Tainted comes so damn close. Chiefs with the counter-attack, now imminent as Drippay runs up, will hit it lightly, drops over the top.
Rough spot there for Jules, completely out of boost, having to watch as Drippay styles over the top of him. But they're only 1 goal down as Chiefs start the grind.
3 minutes 30, the Chiefs find the lead. But a lot of these shots are coming out of Tainted Minds, and the Chiefs, they just find one big play to make the difference.
They're slow to start the lawnmower, but once it gets going, Tainted Minds are quite scary. So now it's going to be a case of can they get it up fast enough?
Well, Jake in front of net, setting it up for Torsos to stand still as Jules goes back around the ball. The pass forward to Kami, but Drippay just pops it up. It's for Jules now as he centers it to CJ. CJ, Kami almost getting in the way. Hits that back wall. CJ goes past the ball. Jules lets it up for Kami. He angles it slightly, but the demolition onto Jules says, nah, the Chiefs are back in.
Yeah, that defensive demo has allowed them to get some pressure, but we see the counter coming out of Tainted Minds allows them to push forward, and slowly but surely, they're gaining control of the pitch.
Back in a good position to CJ. CJ from the side. 3 minutes left remaining. They hit the crossbar. And they come close once more. CJ brings it to a standstill, and Kami up for the ball. Centered for Kami. Oh, CJ. I think that was actually Jules. When the names get mixed, 2:45. Chiefs still on the defensive. One goal separates them in game 3. A wide angle from Torsos as Jake brings it back in. Drippay's here, wants to lock it down, but smooth sailing from Kami.
Defensively, Tainted Minds continue to hold out the pressure coming from Chiefs, and the fact they've speeded up enough that they can now intercept Chiefs' passes has inhibited Chiefs from getting those cheeky little infields they so desperately love.
Jake bringing it around the side, but Drippay now going to have to be the response as a big clear from Tainted Minds. They're going to go again and set it up. One goal only being the difference. The center's there in front of net, but Kami sweeps past for the Chiefs, showing their dominance once again with 2 minutes remaining in game 3. That's all the time they need. Can they hold on? A lot of people will be saying yes out there, but Tainted Minds, they're unexpected at times from the corner. Drippay hits it up, gets it past one, not the other. Kami with the center, there for Tainted Minds. They pop it forward, but Drippay directs it back in.
Drippay, one of the most powerful players in the entire region. So many MVPs to his name. What do you do when he comes for you?
You run. You would run if you're Tainted Minds right now. The Chiefs take an early lead. And if they get this game, they are on match point. They look to be the most flawless team in OCE or in history at this stage.
They've only dropped 6 games. Not matches, not series, 6 games this entire season.
1 minute 30, Drippay slow to the ball with intercept from CJ. CJ, Tainted Minds in front of net, their opportunities there. They swing through and miss, and so Chiefs can walk up the field. Another moment where the Chiefs are showing their dominance, but Tainted Minds always on top as they drop it down for Jules, but a good block.
The pressure continues, though, from Tainted Minds as Chiefs struggle to break their way out. The defensive demos has given them a little bit of breathing room. It hasn't been enough because Tainted Minds are too quick.
CJ, the bounce is there for Drippay, and now Drippay's run out of boost. CJ commits anyway, and Jake picks up the boost in his stead. Around the ball, it's actually a pass back, intercepted by Torsos, and he comes around the ball. The clear needs to be there, and close again from the Chiefs as they're right in front of net. 45 seconds remaining, and the Chiefs may have just done it to take it to match point.
Strong showing coming out of Chiefs, but Tainted Minds are getting better and better in their performance, and the goal comes through as we see them finish it off.
So maybe not. 40 seconds remaining, and this is what we were waiting for from Tainted Minds. For Jules to hit the roof and Kami to read where that's going to land. That is perception at its finest.
And it's the fact that Jules felt confident to come forward and Kami to follow him is how you tell when Tainted Minds are starting to switch on. Because Jules' confidence is pivotal.
Opportunity again, but Torsos with the final touch. 30 seconds remaining is over the top. This light touch for the Chiefs to play on. They come in around the side. They get it past Torsos, past Jake. Kami running with the ball. Reads for the center. Jules is there. The slow pace, but a good defense from Jake. The center again. Close call, Tainted Minds.
But 14 seconds still left on the clock. There's still opportunities to be made if they can just get the ball up the other side of the pitch.
So 5 seconds, the clock is counting down with Tainted Minds coming ever so close in game number 3. The bump, the demolition, the attempt. The CJ pops it up over to Jules. Tainted Minds, last chance. Torsos goes forward, out of the corner. This is going to land. Game 3 for the Chiefs. Match point from being our grand final champion and going to RLCS as 3rd seed, 1st seed, 3 times in a row.
But they're Tainted Minds. They're down, but they're not out yet. If you just look at the number of shots they managed to take that game, it's a complete inversion of how every single one against Chiefs has gone. They got more than twice as many shots, so there's still hope for them to come forward, steal a couple of games, potentially even go for the big disrupt.
But there's offensive rotations from the Chiefs. There's equally defensive rotations from the Chiefs. There is never a time where you're saying, oh, the Chiefs are a bit sloppy here, they're a bit slow. It always seems to be that the Chiefs can maintain. And I think there's times, in this grand final where you say that Tainted Minds, they're so close, they just need to get past that last defender of the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think the big problem there is, whilst they do have the potential and they're starting to switch on, it's whether or not you can hold that consistency for 4 games straight against Chiefs, who are the most consistent team in the region, who don't drop games. And if you do manage to pull 4, you've done more like game wins than pretty much every other team combined this season.
Now, I don't want to put everyone's hopes up, but Tainted Minds have pretty much made a reverse sweep today, although they started off with 1 game against Darksided. They've clawed their way back from games where they looked like they were down and out. So for Tainted Minds in Game 4, match point for the Chiefs. Tainted Minds, they love a good challenge.
Yep, Aussie Battlers right to the end.
Right to the end, Korea.
Strong start, though, is what they're going to need. They need to get ahead, because you can't play from behind when you are against the Chiefs. So that is going to indicate which way this match will go.
Well, aggressive so far from the Chiefs in match point in Game 4 of the Grand Finals to secure first seed. Torsos comes in. That backboard continue being laid on. Jake with the angle. Centers it for Drippe to the side. Close call.
The pace Chiefs are having to play at to try catch up to Tainted Minds from last game is inhibiting their ability to make those shots that they typically would just boom away.
From the corner, it's a miss from Tainted Minds. It's going to get centered out for the Chiefs. Kami goes over the top. Jake again. Good read by Kami. Jake sticks around the corner. Now for the Chiefs. The play's not over till it's over. Jake has no boost, and I think Tainted Minds just figured that one out. Only 45 seconds have passed. Another shot from Torsos, and looks like the Chiefs, the demolitions have begun from Jake, and now this will give room for Drippe.
Jake's role within the team is, if they can't break through the heavy defense of the opposition, is for him to get as much boost as he can, run forward and demo over and over until he opens up the net and up for Drippe or Torsos to shoot.
Jules gets the intercept from the corner, bumps away the Chiefs. CJ there to Kami. Center's still there. Torsos lobs it up. Drippe dodge away from Kami, and now for Jules, pops it forward. CJ in a good angle, and well read by the Chiefs.
Keeping it away from their net and not allowing Tainted Minds to even have the opportunity of a shot is pivotal. You have to respect Tainted Minds' offense. CJ can shoot so incredibly well, you just can't risk giving him the opportunity.
Now for Jake, off the left wing, left for Torsos. CJ bumps back, Drippe lobs it up. A close call again for the Chiefs as Jake comes down to dunk, blocked out as it's been great defensive gameplay from Tainted Minds today, and you can see that they're rotating a lot swifter, a lot smoother, and they're able to hold out against someone like the Chiefs.
The fact that they're the team most likely to concede goals in the top 4, and now they can go head-to-head with the Chiefs, keeping the score differential so small, has shown the adaptation they've had just in the past 2 weeks alone.
Kami set up for success as the ball drops down and he doesn't receive it. Torsos with a soft clear will go over to CJ. See if Tainted Minds can get through Drippe, but they can't. Over to Kami, a second shot. Drippe just landing in front of this net. A swing and a miss from CJ. No, that was Jules, I believe. CJ now on the defense, but he's just giving it over to Torsos. Interaction from Kami. Drippe back in as well. That net and the demolition sets it up.
One of the fabled Torsos demos. He is one of the least likely players to demo, but when he does, he picks the timing perfectly and opens the net for his teammates.
The Chiefs have shown how dominant they are in this series, how dominant they are today. There wasn't any doubt whether they'd get into the finals. For first seed, I think everyone was expecting it, but Tainted Minds still putting up a fight. 2 minutes 30 remaining. And the Chiefs want to go to RLCS in the best possible seeding.
And Tainted Minds are now in the danger zone. You need to go up offensively trying to score against the Chiefs. You need to start taking risk if you want to break through their offense, and doing so enables them to easily score upon you. High risk, high reward moving forward.
Well, the risk and the reward. I think for Chiefs, they're saying not too much risk at the moment, but the reward is there in front of us on match point. CJ goes up for the ball. 2 minutes left remaining for the Chiefs. Holding that 1-goal lead. Jules comes in hot. Over the top of Jake. Maybe for Tainted, they can get it through Torsos, but he always seems to have a bit of time to play with. In front of net. Look at the bump from Tainted Minds. They're getting aggressive.
The 3 players on Chiefs, though, happy to rotate back. Seeing the Tainted Mind offense come in, they don't need to play greedy. They're a smart team that have played together for so long that they can intuitively know where their teammates are rotating to and feel the gaps that are created.
Drippe over to the side for Jake now, set up perfectly for the Chiefs. Jake, slow and paced From this corner, will center the ball. CJ dribbling now. Drippe won't get possession. CJ following the field. The bouncer over to Torsos. Jules centers the ball up to Kami. Torsos again, that backboard. Lay it down. Jake's here. The Chiefs want to knock it out now. The grand final. And the Chiefs just want it to end at 4-0.
Drippe holding the offensive half with no boost just to maintain pressure so Tainted Minds don't have a chance to score. Shows the respect he has as he finally puts one away.
That bounces back off the backboard behind CJ, and the Chiefs find themselves with a 2-0 lead and 49 seconds to go. The way the Chiefs have come into today is no less than expected.
Oh, they are coming for you guys in NAEU, so be careful.
But 45 seconds to go, and Tainted Minds, they've run out of time here for the Chiefs. The first flawless squad making OCE history. And making short work of today. The Chiefs will be going in as first seed, going up against Evil Geniuses, the fourth seed from NA.
Tainted Minds, however, they are down, but they're not out. They are also going to be going to RLCS as our number 2 seed, so you'll be seeing more of them again soon.
But against Tainted Minds, they'll be going up against Complexity Gaming, and EU, the track record for OCE is not too good. So we'll see how it turns out for them, but Chiefs will take the grand final. They will be your 2018 grand final champion. The Chiefs Esports take it out a clean 4-0.
They have the best win rate ever in league play, destroying every single match, not dropping a single one.
Getting first seed, getting the top part of our $25,000 prize pool, a juicy 10,000 sitting in their bank accounts.
The first team to ever go undefeated an entire season in the world. NRG tried, they fell at the last hurdle, but Chiefs did it not just in a close fashion, but in a dominating fashion. And now they're looking at EG, but they've truly got their sights on Gale Force Esports.
Got to be looking forward. That's what it's about. Because last time they managed to pull a little bit better than the time before, but this year, top 3. That's what we're aiming for.
Last year, they tasted it. They went so close to Cloud9, and then it was just one step away. They lost in the last 10 seconds twice to lose that series. In this one, it was dominant. You saw the teams bantering with each other because they're just so happy that they've made it to RLCS. There's not too much expectations from Tainted Minds by the end. They're like, okay, it's going to be a repeat.
But look, still, they put up a good fight, and there were moments for Tainted Minds, and they will be going with the Chiefs internationally. But to take out another championship title for the Chiefs is just showing how they have been progressing throughout the 3 seasons of OCE Championship.
It's a year and a half. They've got the might of one of the biggest and best organizations in Australia backing them, providing them with coaching. And that's the difference. Last season, they didn't have a coach. They didn't have a mentality coach. They didn't have that backup, and yet they still did so well. And then they bring it in. They bring their win rate from 72% to something like 85%.
Wow.
It means they've won more than 4 games for everyone that they've lost this season. And they're looking like they could just get that edge against the international competition.
So they'll take first place. They'll take $10,000 at that, and they'll be going to RLCS.
Australian dollars.
Sorry,
$8,250, and they've guaranteed themselves $5,500 at the World Championship, but they're not going to be happy with anything less than $100,000.
They're going all the way, and we know that coming into this competition, they weren't focused on winning just this. They were already training for the internationals. They're already looking at NA. They're already looking at EU. So the performance they have here is just a taster of what we're going to see
overseas. They're looking at that during the start of league play.
Who needs sleep? They go on Sunday night after they play. I know Torsos at least will stay up and watch most of EU until like 5 a.m. in the morning.
So there is no rest for the wicked, but Chiefs not being the wicked in this scenario. It's been a long casting day. I deserve that one. However, guys, we have to look at our favorite, or my favorite part. We're going to look at our Omen by HP MVP of the week.
The MVP was Chiefs Jake. What a performance throughout today. 14 goals in 12 games. It's a record for him. It's a repeat. He was the MVP of the finals last season. And what a performance today.
And 42.55% shot percentage for a guy who just learnt to shoot is absolutely insane.
The next highest was 26%.
Jake was a menace today, and I think for the Chiefs, he was setting a great example of the competition level that everyone else needs to be at, Yummy.
And not only that, when he's at that World Championship, that's when we see him truly come out of his shell. That's when we see him transform into Land Jake, Bot Jake, the robot with no emotions who just plays his heart out, plays his mind out. And we've seen at the World Championship, we've seen testament to it today, his ability to score and get these crazy goals.
Definitely have, and that's why he's our Omen by HP MVP of the week. But gents, that is it for the OCE Championship for this time. However, checking in with the Chiefs after such a dominant victory, we do have Jake on the line. And Jake just got the MVP. Like, what a great way to end it. Cue Jake.
Is that my cue?
That's it, yeah. I'm sorry, I was like, is he there? Is he there? Jake, you got your Omen by HP MVP again, and you've also just taken out the grand final 4-0. How do you feel?
Feel pretty damn good. I don't know what to say.
Oh, that's fair enough.
So what's the difference between last season and this season? Obviously, you were the best team in OCE last season, but this time you were dominant in a really competitive field.
I think our overseas experience really helped us, and ever since then, through the off season, we've been working really hard to like sort out how we wanted to do things, and it's starting to really show off.
Who's the team looking forward that you're most excited to verse when you get to RLCS? We're assuming you're just going to run the whole way through all of them, but which one are you looking forward to most?
I don't know, like the Gale Force rematch would be interesting because they smashed us in E-League, so probably that.
Well, there's a difference. You've also set a record of like one that should be proud of. Jake, are you looking forward to other seasons? Let's talk about after RLCS. Do you think that, you'll continue on? Like, is there any new plans or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. It's obviously working. Keen for future RLCSs, other tournaments. Should be fun.
I have one last question. What are you going to do with your share of the prize money?
I have no idea.
You got to go back to season 1, Jake, and just say food.
Just food.
Yeah. It'll be spent on food, for sure.
Well,
100%.
Well, fair enough. Look, Jake, congratulations again. Send our regards to the rest of the Chief boys and taking out first, going on and versing Evil Geniuses, and we wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, sick. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Jake. Well, look, Jake is he's always casual. He's always relaxed. He'd probably spend it on food. It always happens at the end of the day. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being with me. We are getting towards the end of the OCE Championship. Yummy cheese, man.
It's been a great season.
It's been emotional.
It's been amazing. And I do have to thank both of you as well. Hysterics for doing a 6-hour day.
Thank you so much.
Big props.
Trooper.
You saw him go a little bit crazy at the end, but he made it most of the time.
I don't think I went crazy.
It has been a fantastic season. Make sure you stay tuned. RLCS is on the 8th of June through to the 10th of June. London, the Copper Box Arena holds 7,000 people. I'm not saying that there's going to be 7,000 tickets. I have no idea. But that is where you need to tune in. Next week as well is the RLCS promos for North America and Europe. I won't give you the times because it'll be too confusing. There's 2 different ones.
2 a.m.
But it's at 2 a.m. our time for Sunday and 5 a.m. for our time for NA.
Around that. But look, I will seriously thank you, Yummy Cheese Man and Korea Lord. And a big thank you to our production back behind the stage as well. It has been a very fun season for us in the OCE Championship. We are looking forward to RLCS, but thank you to you at home watching. We will be joining you back for the off-season after RLCS. So it's bye for now, but not forever.